Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing? I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. My name is Nadia, and today I'm talking about how we can understand our children, how we can study them, know them as human beings, as individuals. Um, it's not a very complicated process. It's very simple. There are two very, very simple, easy processes, easy steps that you can use to uncover the hidden secrets of your children. First of all, I want to tell you that children are not good at hiding anything. They are like an open book. All you have to do is to read, or all you need to do is to develop an ability to read that book. Any book, no matter if it's just the alphabets, if you don't know the alphabets, it becomes difficult, obviously. And no matter how simple the book is, if you don't know how to read, it's a difficult book. So today, I am going to share with you two very simple things, two very simple hacks, or two very simple tricks that you can use to study your children. As I told you that they are not good at hiding anything. Like, evidently you can see that when you watch them playing hide and seek. They are hiding at the very obvious places. They are hiding, under the behind the curtains, and you can see their legs. They sometimes they tell you where they're hiding, so they're not good at hiding anything. So it's not that they're hiding anything, or it's difficult and in any ways that we would know who they are. They are very simple people, very, very simple people. It's us who complicate them with the passage of time, and the more years pass, the more difficult it becomes to get to the core, get to the heart of your own children. So it is very important that you start this process as early as possible. So let's get started. Now, the first thing, in order to know your children, that you have to do is to know yourself. Who are you? Know thyself. Who are you? Do you know yourself? What do you want? What your passions are? What your fears are? What your weaknesses are? Who are you, by the way? My name is Nadia. I'm a mother. I'm a wife. What else? Who am I as a person? The same thing is with the children. When you know yourself, these children are a part of you. Not just the blood and the flesh, but the thoughts, the strength, the passions. They do share those things too. It does pass in their genes from you. So that's why it's important that you understand yourself first to understand your children. And also understand your partner. Your partner's interests, hobbies, moods, the patterns in anger, sadness, what makes him happy, what makes her happy, what makes her sad. In order to understand your children, first you have to understand yourself, and then your partner. And try to go back in your life. How was your past? What kind of child was you? What kind of external influence you had? Your family. All these things matter. And all these things would make it easier for you to understand your child. And also, one important thing, that this video, I would call it a sequel of the last video that I made. What is the purpose of having children in our lives? When you would start analyzing yourself, you start observing yourself, you start noticing yourself, you would have a look inside you, you start knowing yourself. With the passage of time, you start getting closer to the Creator. And this is one amazing purpose of having children. It brings us closer to our Creator, our God, our Allah, our reality. It brings us closer to one another if we try to understand the real purpose of having and raising children. So, on the surface of it, once you would try to understand yourself, you would know that what your child is doing right now in his or her childhood, that's pretty much the same thing that you used to do. Or if you were not doing such things, or you were not that naughty, ask your partner's parents how she used to do when she was a kid or when he was a kid. You will get to know. This could also bring you closer to your in-laws, having a nice conversation with them. But it's not to judge other person. It's not to judge or find faults with his personality or character when you are trying to find exactly what your partner is, how his or her childhood was. Just try to understand. Even if there are negative points, try to embrace them and accept them as it is going to be manifested in your children. Now, once you've done it, which is not easy, once you get on the path of understanding your children, you would see that it would tear the whole fabric of your personality. You would be amazed at how this whole process is going to change you as a person and your perspective of the world and the situations that you were dealing with around you earlier. So the next step, when we go to the next step, that is to understand your child. My child is very good at mathematics. My little one is very good at cooking. She loves cooking, I know that. And my baby, he loves gardening. He likes to play in the mud all time long, all day long. So what do you think? These are the things that every parent, like majority of the parents, they know that their kids do this, and if he's playing football, he's going to be a champion in the future, or things like that. That's not knowing your child. That is just the acknowledgement of the traits that you found in your child that you were looking for. Don't look for any specific abilities in your children. Don't know them by knowing them in a way that how you want to know them. They are not what you want them to be. They are not in any ways your super self. They are not the people who would carry your legacy or do the things that you fail to do somehow in your life. So beside all these things, all the judgments, all the praise and everything, some people like to, just like exaggerate about the abilities of their children. That is not what we're looking for. That's not how you know your children. Let me tell you how you know your children. Make yourself a cup of tea or coffee and sit with them. Ask them, how's life? How was the school? And again, do not look for the answers that will satisfy your ego. Just look for the real answers. Not the usual answers. How was the school? School was good. Everything was fine. My friends are good. That one is naughty. That one is bully. And I had fun. I had a good lunch today. No, those are the usual answers, the normal answers, the answers that you will find on the surface. You have to go deep down into your child and see who he is as a person. And again, I'm warning you. What you're gonna see, what you're gonna observe, it might not please you. It might not be a pleasant experience. It might be very, very disturbing sometimes. The questions they might ask, the belief system of yours, which you have been keeping very intact inside you, they might try to shake the basis of your belief system. Their questions, and put you in deep, deep thoughts. That's how disturbing it is. But that is what is important for a growth of a person. What they are gonna do to you when you would try to understand them is what's gonna give your personality a chance of growth. Simple. These two things. Very simple. Know yourself and know your child. That's it. And you would see that in the entire process of self-awareness and the awareness of the people who are around you, to whom you gave life, gave birth. How strongly it is going to create a bond between you and your child. You don't do that, you don't brush your teeth, you don't do your breakfast, you don't pick up your clothes. Come on. Something very deep inside your children has to be understood and to be taken care of, right in the roots, bottom of their hearts. Connect your child to yourself with your heart, not with your mind. I hope you like it.